You want to use a knife, pull it out of the drawer, and the blade is covered in rust spots, or the screw on the bathroom shelf won't budge a millimeter anymore. Super annoying. Grandpa just smiled at such things. He had his simple home remedies: vinegar, lemon, baking soda, a little oil. Done. Today, I'm showing you 20 of Grandpa's best rust hacks for kitchen, bathroom, garden, workshop, clothing, and even the car, all with stuff you usually already have at home. If you like these everyday hacks, subscribe to the channel. We start where rust annoys the most, in the kitchen and bathroom. Rust on knives and scissors. If you have surface rust on the blade, take a raw potato. Cut it open, sprinkle some baking powder or baking soda on the cut surface, and gently rub over the blade. The starch from the potato and the powder work together like a very fine sandpaper, but without scratches. Important: always wipe away from the edge, not across, so you don't ruin the sharpness. Then rinse with clear water, dry thoroughly, and rub in a touch of oil briefly. Sensitive kitchen tools like peelers, small scissors, or the can opener. Vinegar works great here. Put some vinegar on a soft cloth or sponge. Briefly lay the metal on it, but don't let it soak for hours, especially on tools with screws or springs. Rub off the rust, then rinse thoroughly with water and dry everything properly, including the small crevices. Finish with a drop of oil in the moving parts. That's how Grandpa used his can opener for decades. Rust spots in and around the sink, on the draining rack, and on drain strainers. Grandma knew vinegar and baking soda are often enough. Sprinkle baking soda on the damp rust spots or brown edges, then slowly pour vinegar over it. It will foam nicely, that's intended. Let it work for a few minutes, then go over it with a soft brush or non-scratching sponge. Caution: on sensitive surfaces like some stainless steel sinks or coated racks, always test first on an inconspicuous spot. Then rinse everything thoroughly with lots of water and dry polish so new spots don't form right away. Rust on the shower head and screw edges of faucets. In the bathroom, rust often mixes with limescale. That's exactly why Grandpa always used vinegar or lemon. Fill a glass or freezer bag with vinegar, place the shower head so the nozzles are covered, and secure the bag with a rubber band. Let it work overnight. The next day, use an old toothbrush to brush the nozzles and screw edges, then rinse thoroughly. For chrome faucets, you can dilute the vinegar with water to protect the surface. Rust on bathroom shelves, shower rods, and metal baskets. Here you need 2 steps. Remove the rust first, then protect. Light rust comes off with a mixture of vinegar and a bit of baking soda on a sponge. Once everything is clean and dry, apply Grandpa's secret weapon, a very thin film of cooking oil. Put a few drops on a cloth, rub the metal rods, and polish. You hardly see the oil, but water beads off better, and rust has a harder time. Rust on enamel, for example, at the edge of baking trays or old pots. Enamel doesn't forgive rough scrubbing, so no steel wool. Mix a paste from baking soda and a little vinegar or water, rather thick. Apply it to the rust spot and let it work for a few minutes. Then use a soft cloth or non-scratching sponge and rub carefully. Better often and gently than once brutally. When the rust is gone, rinse well, dry, and if needed, lightly oil so the next brown edge doesn't form immediately. Loosen rusty screws and nuts. You know it. You want to unscrew a screw on the garden gate or old ladder, but it's stuck like welded. Grandpa never went at it with brute force. First drop some oil, even cooking oil or sewing machine oil works, on the spot. Really give it time to soak in, calmly, half an hour or longer. Then lightly tap the screw and nut with a small hammer or screwdriver handle. This breaks the fine rust bridges. Only then apply the wrench or screwdriver and turn with feeling. If it doesn't move, more oil, more tapping, better patience than breaking it off, because a broken screw causes more work than a stuck one. Rusty garden shears, spades, rakes. Garden tools quickly look worn if left outside. Remove coarse rust on spade blades, rakes, or hose first with a wire brush. Always work in one direction, not wildly back and forth. For garden shears or finer tools, you can soak the metal parts in a vinegar bath. Fill a bowl with vinegar, submerge the metal, but keep wooden handles out as much as possible. Let it work for a few hours, then help with a brush or steel wool. Important: rinse thoroughly with water afterward, dry well, and thinly oil all metal surfaces. The oil ensures smooth action and slows new rust. Rust on grill grates and grill housing. With the grill, you don't want toxic products that later go on food. Grandpa liked working with salt and lemon here. Take half a lemon, dip the cut surface in coarse salt, and rub the cooled grill grate with it. The salt scours, the acid dissolves rust and old grease residue. For heavier rust, you can make a paste from baking soda and a little water or lemon juice. Apply it, let it work briefly, then scrub with a sponge. Chemical oven sprays or harsh rust converters have no place where sausages will lie later. Always rinse well with water afterward and let dry so rust doesn't come back right away. Small metal parts in everyday life: keys, locks, hinges, workbench feet. These things are easily overlooked until the lock sticks or the key jams. For loose parts like keys, small fittings, or screw hooks, the mini vinegar bath works again. Briefly soak, brush off rust, neutralize with baking soda water, dry, oil. For built-in locks, Grandpa worked differently. First, carefully remove loose rust from the lock housing with a brush or cloth. Then apply suitable oil or graphite spray precisely into the lock. Insert key several times in and out. For metal furniture or workbench feet, often just clean them and then coat with a thin film of oil or wax spray. This protects against moisture from below, especially in basements or garages. Rust on metal shelves and old metal boxes in the basement. Rust often works quietly on these until suddenly a leg gives way. Visible rust spots first remove with sandpaper or a fine wire brush, then use a cloth with vinegar water or mild soapy solution to remove dust and rust residue. Dry well, preferably with air circulation. Now you can choose: rub the spots thinly with oil or wax, or paint them with simple rust protection paint. Grandpa often only protected the endangered edges on boxes and shelves. That was usually enough for a few years of peace. Rusty door hinges and garden gates. When it squeaks, it's often already slightly rusted. Grandpa first distinguished just noise or real rust damage. For light squeaking, a drop of oil on the hinge, move it open and closed several times. Done. If you already see red crumbs, use a cloth or old toothbrush to brush away loose rust parts, then apply oil and work it in. For metal garden gates, you can additionally rub the lower areas where rainwater collects thinly with oil or wax. That takes away the rust's foundation. Fresh rust spots on light clothing. If you discover a fresh rust spot on a light shirt, blouse, or curtain, don't panic and especially don't wash it hot right away. Lay the fabric flat with an old towel underneath. Then drip fresh lemon juice directly onto the spot until it's well soaked. On top comes a thin layer of salt. Let it work for a few minutes, 10 to 20, depending on fabric type. You'll see the rust change color slightly. Then rinse thoroughly with cold water, only then put it in the normal wash. And very important, test first on an inconspicuous spot to check color fastness. On delicate, colorful items, use more cautiously. Stubborn rust spots on tablecloths and bed linen. If the spot is already older, or you only really notice it after washing, you usually need 2 rounds. First, let lemon juice and salt work again. Rinse out. If a shadow remains, work with a little vinegar water. 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water. Soak the spot in it or dab with a cloth. Then rinse immediately with clear water again. What you absolutely should not do: iron over the rust spot. Heat practically burns rust into the fabric afterward. It's much harder to get out. Rust traces in the washing machine, drum rim, porthole, rubber seal. Sometimes the spots don't come from outside but straight from the machine. If rust shows on the drum rim or metal around the porthole, use a mixture of vinegar and some baking soda. First put baking soda on a damp cloth, then add a little vinegar. It foams lightly. Go over the rusty spots with it, also into the crevices of the rubber. Rub gently, let work briefly, then wipe thoroughly with a fresh, wet cloth. Finally, run one empty hot wash or care cycle so no residue stays in the system. And leave door and detergent drawer open after washing so everything can dry. Damp corners are a rust paradise. Iron sole plate with small rust or burn marks. If the underside of the iron looks strange, act before it transfers to your laundry. Mix a thick paste from baking soda and a little water. Unplug the iron and let it cool completely. Then apply the paste thinly to the cold sole plate, especially on the discolored spots. Rub in small circles with a soft cloth or non-scratching sponge without pressure. No sandpaper, no pot scrubber. The smooth surface is important, otherwise the iron will drag later. Finally, wipe with a lightly damp cloth, remove residue, and iron once over an old cotton cloth to take off last particles. Bicycle chain with surface rust, slightly stiff. If the chain is only superficially rusty and already runs a bit stiff, don't throw it straight into a mud bath of water and oil. Grandpa first roughly wiped off dirt and loose rust with an old cloth. Then you can rub the chain section by section with a cloth lightly moistened with vinegar only on the outside, don't soak it. Let work briefly, wipe dry again so no rust mud forms. Then apply fresh chain oil, link by link. Shift through all gears once so the oil distributes. Too much oil only attracts new dirt, so better thin and targeted. Rust on bicycle frame, luggage rack, and screws. On frames and racks, rust often starts first at small paint damage. Grandpa treated such spots immediately. First, carefully remove rust with fine sandpaper or scouring pad only until solid metal and paint are visible again. Remove dust with a dry cloth. Now you can dissolve the last residues with a home remedy, a little vinegar on a cotton swab. Apply point by point, let work briefly, then dry wipe. Finally, apply a protective layer, either special touch-up paint matching the frame color or, very practically, a thin film of wax or clear varnish. Small frame screws can be lightly oiled after cleaning so they don't seize up again. Rust on the car, wheel arch edges, screws, near exhaust. With the car, the limit is important. Light surface rust on screw heads or exhaust clamps can still be treated with simple means. Grandpa removed loose rust from such spots with a wire brush or sanding fleece, then wiped with a cloth and some vinegar water and dried well. Afterward, always a protective layer, wax, oil, or simple rust protection paint. But as soon as you see blisters in the paint, soft spots, or large rust nests on load-bearing parts, stop with home remedies. Then it goes to the workshop, otherwise it becomes dangerous. Grandpa said, "A car doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to be safe." Small metal parts in everyday life, keys, locks, hinges, workbench feet. These things are easily overlooked until the lock sticks or the key jams. For loose parts like keys, small fittings, or screw hooks, the mini vinegar bath works again. Briefly soak, brush off rust, neutralize with baking soda water, dry, oil. For built-in locks, Grandpa worked differently. First, carefully remove loose rust from the lock housing with a brush or cloth, then apply suitable oil or graphite spray precisely into the lock. Insert key several times in and out. For metal furniture or workbench feet, often just clean them and then coat with a thin film of oil or wax spray. This protects against moisture from below, especially in basements or garages. Actually, all rust hacks follow the same pattern. After water, always dry thoroughly. Don't store metal permanently in damp rooms. Better keep a little distance from cold walls. A thin film of oil or wax on endangered spots works like a raincoat. If you keep that in mind, you'll have to fight much less because rust doesn't get the upper hand in the first place. You see, Grandpa had a simple answer for almost every rust problem. Rust is rarely a drama when you use Grandpa's principle: dissolve, clean, neutralize, protect, and do it in time. This way, you save knives, tools, clothing, bicycles, and even car parts instead of throwing them away. If you want more of these grandpa hacks for household, kitchen, and garden, subscribe to the channel, give the post a like, and write in the comments which rust problem you'll tackle first and which hack you want next.